Welcome back to another episode on the vanilla server. In the last one, we started laying out the entirety, well, phase one of our mega base city here. A bunch of small little residential buildings and potentially some shops in here. In this episode, we are going to get started on this, maybe just making the pathway and setting up like these kind of roads. That's what the red is here, and like the yellow and the brown, because I don't have enough wool colors. But more importantly, I'm poor. And we go through this every Minecraft whatever, that eventually diamond just is not enough. So let's first, and I know I said we were going to do this in the last episode, but we ran out of time. But let's first get some netherite. Nia has been already getting a ton. I think she has like 2 sets of full netherite gear, and she has a crazy tunnel system that I want to check out and show you because it is insane. She's been using TNT and like spacing it out perfectly and getting everything like perfect, and it is crazy. I don't know, she didn't look it up, and I don't know if this is like a common thing. I also don't know where it is. I know it's here somewhere. There we go. It is way down here, and it is a crazy tunnel system. I wonder if we can fly. The answer is no. This is trippy. Feels like we're just walking straight, but that's the floor. So this is the tunnel system. It is just a 3x2 tunnel here, and every 15 or 12 blocks, there is a TNT tunnel that goes as far as it can until you run into a big lava lake. So as you can see, lava lake, that's where this stops. And we have a crazy long tunnel. She has been doing so much of this. And if we can just fly down it, it is incredibly long. It is crazy. And there's even signs when there's lava dripping from the ceiling to not go here. It's so long. All right, I guess that's a garbage thing. Too much lava. So we are going to be following her lead. We're just going to be expanding the tunnel that way with a bunch of TNT and hopefully getting a bunch of netherite. That's my face. With a crazy successful mining session. I think I did 4 rows in total. You only saw 2, but it's the same thing over and over again. We have a ton of netherite now, and I've gone along and upgraded it so that it looks cool, looks spiffing and fancy. I think all of these are silence if I'm not mistaken. Oh, this one's razor, but the silence and the gold makes it so that the gold is different colors. Like it goes to burnt sienna. That's a throwback color if anyone knows what that is. Crazy color, but it goes from like gold to burnt sienna, and same with the razor boots. I think it's so cool. And if we look at my back head, cool little back head bit. I don't know what I'm saying, but we have a ton of netherite, full netherite tools, 6 bonus ingots. Let's actually check. Do I full netherite fortune pickaxe, double netherite hose, 1 silk touch, 1 fortune? That's so extra. Don't even talk to me. And then we got our fortune yummy sand shovel. And I guess I said our netherite pickaxe, again, fortune, and we still have 6 ingots. I don't know what to do with them. Why do I have a helmet on? That's, you can't even see my face properly. I don't even know what to do with them. Netherite beacon, here we come. That's goal next goal. I don't know why I said that's goal next. Put this away. And as you can probably guess, I did all the netherite stuff on stream. It didn't actually take too long, but if you missed it and you're like, oh man, I missed it, then go check out my streams. I stream almost every Saturday at noon, 12 p.m. EST. So go check those out if you're always curious. Chief Rainbow 12 joined the game. I will need to talk to her in a second about some fish. But first, you can see we have another story, which I also built on stream. This is just a little itty bitty nether portal room because I couldn't be bothered going to the nether portal way over there. Like, there's no point when I have a little room, and plenty of room actually, on the 3rd floor, and honestly, we could make an attic for our little nether portal room. I've changed up the walls to be blue and purpley. And I think this looks super, super cool. I think it fits the vibe, and we can always expand it if we want more space. I just don't know what we're doing with this yet. I don't know what else I need. I think I need an end stone and like end items room. Oh yeah, I have it here. I've been sorting out a lot of my stuff. I need prismarine. I need the end. I need trial chamber stuff. Let's actually move these two ominous boys. I need trial chamber stuff, which is kind of the other big one. And then I kind of want a music room. We have a bunch of music discs, and I don't have a place to listen to tunes. So maybe we do that in a future episode or whenever I get to it, but that's not what we're doing today. Today, we're going to be working on the outside here, but first, Chief Rainbow 12, aka Nia, has been fishing. I think I've shown this in previous videos. She has like 100 stacks and everything of fish in chests and pufferfish and shulker boxes, an ungodly amount of fish. Allegedly. Oh, there she is, she AFK. This is what we're looking at. These are all the rare fish. So like Brinley is a fish flavor, I don't know, and it's got 2 different colors to it. And these are the rare ones. Normally there's like a normal colored Brinley, and those are lame, but there are so many fish. You need shulker boxes to store them now. Oh, these are tropical fish. Wait, no, these are sunstreaks, and these are glitter. Yeah, so these are all glitters in the shulker box. There's so many fish, and honestly, somehow this is the easiest one, she claims. Shulker boxes of buckets of pufferfish. That's like 300 pufferfish. I don't think it's that many, but it's a ton of fish. And we are going to learn to fish. She's right behind me, so let's hop at a call and figure out how fishing works.
These ones right here, so there's like, I have a shulker of each of them. These are the fish that will spawn normally.
When you say normally, the other ones spawn naturally in the world.
Yeah,
they just don't spawn in clumps of like 5 or 10.
Yeah,
they spawn one on their own.
I'm gonna like, you see how, oh wait, that was the wrong one. This is yellow tag. So you see how they're all the same? They're all the same shape and they're all the same color.
Yep.
This particular shape and color, the yellow tang, will spawn very often in the world. But in order to find different colors, they're like really rare to find. They're like really annoying. These are super duper common. The other colors of that shape are really rare. Here we have like sunstreak and glitter. So sunstreak is the shape and the pattern color, and then glitter is also a different shape and pattern color. So if you come here, I have a sunstreak and a glitter. This one is a sunstreak. It's brown and white, and this one is a glitter. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we try to go on a little scavenger hunt to find one rare fish?
Absolutely.
See how long it takes?
It probably won't take too long to find one.
Yeah, so just to clarify, Chief Rainbow 12 is now good at telling from an incredible distance away what fish are more rare out of the rare colored special fish.
Yeah, I'm really good at fishing.
Because she has done so many of these.
Okay, so we're gonna get some buckets.
Can I get a bucket?
You can get half the buckets here.
Okay, my goal is to get one
Come with me
before you spot it.
We'd be here for a while though.
Okay.
A general rule of thumb, by the way, is if it's purple, it's rare. Not the purple and yellow one, though.
Okay.
Like, there's purple and yellow ones right here. They're not rare.
Those aren't rare, because they spawn in bunches.
Well, there will be bunches.
What about this little guy?
That's a pufferfish. The pufferfish are never going to be rare.
No,
okay.
I'm stuck in fly mode. Hold on.
You have to land. Okay, so normally, I'll just like...
This guy's different.
Around.
He's not that rare, though. He
you
looks
can
kind
catch
of lame.
Him, and you can see.
Do we want him?
That's a blue tang, but you can, once you pick them up, you could tell if they're rare because it will say the colors under them.
Where'd he go?
Over here.
Oh. That's the first. Oh, he's a loser.
Yeah, he's a loser.
Oh, I don't want losers. Oh, you're cool. I think he's also a loser. Loser.
It's a Moorish idol, yeah.
Mortal idiot.
Moorish idol.
The fact that you knew that is crazy.
And these are like spotty backs, I think. Is that what they're called? Something spotty backs, I think.
Yeah. Well, they came
Dotty back.
They came in bunches, so they're lame. These guys are not cool.
Yeah, those are Emperor red snappers.
What? Is this guy cool? Blue and yellow? He
You can
doesn't look very
check.
cool.
He's gonna be a yellowtail parrotfish though.
Okay. Nia.
What?
This guy's purple? Magenta?
That one's rare.
Magenta black flopper. Ooh, you're a pretty little guy.
Yoink.
Yoink. This guy's also pretty, right?
And you could check.
I haven't seen him before. Oh, wait, that's an enemy.
Okay, so now what I do is I go over here to go to the next coral reef over, which is this way. It's even bigger.
Oh, there's two right next to... Whoa.
And then I like, on the way, I look at these guys. None of them look cool.
Yeah, I flew.
Oh, you flew.
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered.
Well, there's a bunch of guys there.
This guy's just black.
It's probably a black tank.
Oh, I thought I got a cool one. This guy's new. Normally they're pink.
Oh,
Or
that one's a good one.
Normally they're
that
yellow.
one will work in a Valentine's themed tank really, really well.
Playfish, red pink.
The red pink ones work.
Success. Yeah, they're one of these guys. These are the normal colors.
Yeah, I learned this all on my own. I didn't look up any fish stuff.
Yeah, no, you've just spent days.
I've spent a
finding
really
fish.
long time. Sometimes I'll just like listen to YouTube videos and I'll do like a couple of rounds around the coral reefs.
You're a different color, I think. You're at least sad and alone. Are you an anemone? Yeah, loser, I hate you.
Those ones always throw me off.
Oh, purple. Dotty back.
Yeah, the dotty backs. Yeah, I told you. Except
I know,
if
I
they're
forgot.
purple is a good rule of thumb, unless they're the purple and yellow dotty backs. So, do you want to come over to me and I could show you the third area on the route?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to the third area
I'm
on the
just
route.
gonna find the best fish.
But you see how it's fun. You just like swim around.
Yeah.
You could also see why I'm so happy with my collection because this takes
so long.
a while. This is like the one thing I know a lot about more than the average person. I feel like I feel like I know about a lot of things in Minecraft, but I feel like this is the one Minecraft thing where I know a bunch and not everybody else knows it.
No, I think maybe 3 other people know anything about this.
Yeah.
Like, you could have told me, and I thought this was the case, that there were certain colored tropical fish, and that was it. Like, I didn't know that there were...
That it was like this.
Yeah,
it's
there were
hard to
random
describe
different
until
colored
you're
ones.
out here doing it, and then you're like, oh, that's what you mean by like...
Yeah.
They don't really spawn, you know?
They're rare.
Like, they're really rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they're really easy to tell because the color combos are really wacky, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's like the queen angelfish is like a green and cyan one. And it has like a little fin on top. And yesterday, I showed this to you, Skylar, yesterday, I found a green and cyan fish without the little fin on
Yeah.
top. And that was a rare one.
Yeah.
But those
That's
aren't
insane.
as cool to find because you could just use
Yeah,
an
the-
angelfish.
yeah.
But it feels cool when you find it.
Yeah. Like, people that know what you're doing are like, wow, that's cool. Anyone else doesn't care.
Yeah, but we can make themed fish tanks now in the front of our store for
Yeah.
like whatever the season is. Like every other week we can make a new one.
I'm not doing that.
I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have so many fish ready for a horse girl theme. So that one's going to be pretty early. And we've got like sunset, like, you know what, we could probably do Thanksgiving. But
Yeah.
I feel like
I
Thanksgiving
think maybe we just prep
that's too
for a
soon.
Christmas theme. I
Yeah,
think
the
that would be
Christmas
cool.
theme is hard though, because
Red and
it's
green.
like, well, I know, but I'm not finding many.
What about just red and just green ones?
I have a couple red and green ones at the very least. But it's like, I've already done so much fishing and I have so few. My hopes
Yeah,
aren't very high
that's true.
for having a
That's true.
full tank
Yeah.
by Christmas.
I mean, you don't like a full tank is like 3 fish, unless it's a giga tank.
Well, I mean, you for the tank size that I saw that you were making, I'd say that we need like 8 for it to like look cool.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we also, before we make the proper fish store, we need to get our villagers going because the fish will despawn without name tags. And you saw how many fish I have.
Yeah,
I need so many.
That's
tags.
true. We got quite a few fish. I have given them all to Nia because she's the one that's dealing with them, but eventually, kind of hopefully soon, we are going to make a fish store in my city where we can show off all the fish in like little fish tanks and stuff, and we can sell them. I know that not many people play on the server, but they can buy fish if they want. And I think we're gonna do like a oh, creepers. I think we're gonna do a little like outdoor fish tank thing where we have like fish that fit a vibe. So right now, it's almost Christmas time, so we're gonna have like a Christmas themed fish tank of like red and green fish, And I think that'll be really cool. And we've already done a little bit in this episode, but I want to get to a little bit of base work. I think the next episode, we are going to build up a lot of these buildings, these smaller houses and stuff, because they're relatively similar to what we have here, like height and shape wise. I obviously am not doing the interiors for all of these because the interior of this took probably 12 hours. So we're just going to do facades maybe in the next episode or the one after that. But I want to get the roads in and maybe one of the first few buildings in here just to see what it all looks like and that kind of thing. So I guess let's get started on some road ski-doodles. And then I think I have a good idea for a little building here. I think we're going to make a honey farm that like fits in like a townhouse structure and like is like free range bees and stuff that are all flying around the shop. I think it'd be really a cool idea. I don't know if we're gonna finish it because I have just a thought in my head. I don't have anything planned out and creative, but we can at least get the bee farm part probably figured out and done. I am worried though that it's maybe too close to the yellow here, so we might have to like put it maybe a little bit further down, maybe like over here, but we'll figure something out. But first, let's get in these pathways because I don't even know where the roads go. And we need to walk. That's helpful. And while the roads are getting in, I want to talk briefly about the Pale Garden update because as I'm recording this, it is relatively new. I got to try it out. The newest snapshot got released and it looks super, super cool. I'm a big fan of the different wood colors. The stripped logs look kind of quartz-like, which is super, super cool. I think you're going to be able to use it for a lot of different and fun builds. So I'm very excited about it. And I'm just glad Mojang is still updating the game because I think this game would have died way, way, way long ago if they didn't keep updating it. So I'm so glad that they did. And I know I'm bootlicking, but I think they did a good job, honestly. Even though it's not like as much, you just get a different wood palette or whatever in a different biome. I think it's still really, really cool. And I'm not as much of a fan of the new mob just because that's not like my style of play. But that's kind of all the pathways gotten in here. So let's get back to the world. And the pathways are in. They look pretty darn cool. And the main thing is that I now kind of understand where things are going to be going a little bit more. And I hope you do as well. I like need to visualize things and these are helping a ton. I think we have a good shape here. The pathway kind of curves down and gets larger as it gets to the base here. We are leaving this area a little bit up in the air just because I don't know what we're doing with the stairs of the castle just yet. I don't know if we're going to have like maybe a deep slate kind of semicircle around this thing. And if we do, I didn't want to have to place a bunch of paths and then have to take them down again. But if we don't do that, I'll just extend the pathway out here and that will make it a little bit bigger. You will also notice that we have a lot of mud kind of on the sides here. And this was a suggestion in the stream that I think is pretty good. It's going to be basically for like either drainage pipes or like obviously downtrodden or more wet areas. As you can see, it's kind of in the corners of most of the buildings here. And I'm going to try to put up drain pipes, whether it be walls or maybe fence gates or not fence gates, fences going down here to kind of simulate drainage. I think that'll be really cool. And then we also have it in the fronts of all of the buildings. So this is going to be like the main entrance. It's obviously going to be more walked than normal. And same with over here, this is going to be our tavern, which is going to be more walked as well. We also continued the pathway around here and we lined it up with this wall here so that hopefully once we get the citadel walls in, we can have this butt up against it and I think it'll look really cool that way, but we'll have to see once we get these in. But otherwise, I think the pathways look dope. I want to, for the very end of this video, get in one of the few builds that I have been working on, the fish farm. I know I said maybe we were going to do the honey farm. I think we want the fish farm in between this yellow build and the honey farm just because too yellow right next to each other is probably too much yellow. And I think having the fish farm being like pretty prismarine is going to be a really cool addition. And it's only one story. So it's going to look so cool, I think, next to this massive build. We will need to kind of texture this sidewall here because right now it is flat. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. So we will need to texture it, but that shouldn't be too difficult. Once we get in the prismarine building, it should look really good. To do that though, we need a lot of resources, mostly prismarine. I bet that's surprising, which we have. We went basically tore down half of an ocean monument. I left my beacon over there because we will eventually probably make a guardian farm there. So we tore down a lot of it. I hope this is enough. I'll have to double check and everything. And then we need a couple of other blocks that I hopefully have in my storage system somewhere. But we should be good to start this build. And I am so excited. It is such a different color scheme than the current thing that we're going for. I mean, this is easily so colorful. The prismarine build is so prismarine-y, so blue. It's kind of like the prismarine train station if you've seen it. But enough blabbering. Let's just get to the build. I mean, what are we waiting for? You've seen the prismarine train station, but you're gonna see this really quick. So you might as well just sit tight, relax, eat popcorn, and watch. And I know this is the third time lapse of the video, but you gotta give me a break because I don't know how to not time lapse stuff. Time lapse is so fun. Anyway, we're building a beautiful prismarine fish store. I mean, it's gotta be blue. It's gotta be prismarine. There's no other way around it. And I tried a cool window technique that I think B-Dubs or Scar talked about, where they put either paintings or honey blocks in windows and then lit up the back and behind of it with some shroom lights or another light source, and it makes them glow at nighttime, which is super cool looking. But we're already done, so let's get back to the world. And as we get in the final blocks there, at least the front is done, and I think it looks pretty darn cool. We are missing, oh geez, this block needs to be one block back. That was a skill issue, absolutely. Oh, it flew through the wrong way. We are missing some honey that I wanted to go in here. Whoa, this is what zooming does when you're in free cam? Anyway, I want some honey in this spot here, and it's gonna make a cool glow effect with the shroom lights on the top and bottom. We just don't have any honey yet. So that's why we're gonna make the honey farm. And I knew I said I was gonna build it here, but while I was thinking about it, the height of this thing only goes to about here, which is way too short for the height of this pointy bit. So I'm gonna get a kind of thinner, smaller build here that maybe goes up to here so that we can kind of cascade down a little bit. I want the next build to be like this big so that there is still a gap, but it's less of a gap because this one was way too short to match up with this one. But this is what it's looking like. I think this fits the vibe really well. You can see that I also kind of built it on an angle. I don't know where this next build that's going to butt up against it is going to be, so I've left this blank as can be. And the second floor, at least from my understanding, is not going to be real. It's just going to be facades, which again is why we kind of have these windows like this. I am not building the interior though. This is going to be the fish farm, and that's Nia's job. While I was talking though, I kind of don't like this little area here. So I'm going to add a bit more interest just by placing some weird blocks like this. And I think that actually works really well. I'm curious what that will look like. So the reason I'm curious about it is because it's such a light color. I think it looks good. I think this works. And then I think the last thing I want to do for just this little bit, I know that we were supposed to be done building, but it's like perfectionists or whatever. We're done the roof for now. Again, don't know where other buildings are going to go. I don't want to build the whole roof and then have to rebuild it. So we're just leaving it like it is for now, and we can work on it as we go along. The interior is pretty simple. As you can probably tell, this slopes down quite a bit really quickly. And again, I said I was done building, but I lied to you. Bonk. Okay, now we are officially done. I've added just a little gutter here because, as I said, I want kind of like gutters or something to indicate that mud drips down from the ceiling or from the roofs or something like that. So I just threw that in briefly, and I've added a couple more blocks here. Maybe we switch that to a slab or something. But this is what it's looking like. I think it's a really cool build. I think it's very similar in style, but is drastically different than the normal theme of this. I wanted it to stand out. I want the honey farm to stand out. I want these two buildings to stand out. This one, the tavern, less so, because I feel like that kind of fits the vibe more. But I want some buildings to stand out. The goal is to have a lot of similar looking buildings so that the cool ones, like the prismarine one, stands out and catches your eye. But I gotta sleep. And I did mention that Nia's gonna be doing the interior. I suspect we will be helping her because currently her base is just some shulker boxes on the floor and no builds. So I suspect she's not gonna wanna, but we are going to make her, and it's gonna look so good. I do want honey in these areas. I think it'll make it look even better. But for now, this is the build. It's looking great. I cannot wait to get more buildings in here, and we're going to hopefully get a ton more in the next episode, but that's going to be next episode. So thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, be sure to like. If you're new somehow and haven't subscribed, you should subscribe. I'm trying to get to the amount of subscribers that is the next milestone to hit as of you're watching this. I don't know when you're watching this, so subscribe. I'll always appreciate it, and thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace.